Hello, species value system. Hello, YouTube. There are Connecticut courts recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved racketeering with extended family members of a house in my area with some more child people involved worse than he was involved with, a principal sex offender. And leading up to this, in the context of that and since, these are also people involved with racketeering leading up to from Connecticut inter-branch and tied to them, and inter-military, and foreign overt criminal enterprises and private ones in collusion. These are people making fun. The courts are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated uses of coward tactics where they have people forge names, switch names, and misspell names. Oh, but you don't know who that is online. So I don't even have to know if that's really Eric Jensen. There's someone who keeps putting an Eric J through time. There's a last name KNERR with a number of Facebook accounts. And YouTube, the people involved with YouTube, fake YouTube pages pretending to pretending to be me, tied to this Eric Jensen, and or if that's him or not. Also involved with a whole bunch. He's recorded that person, Eric Jensen, his family, and a whole bunch of people tied to him are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with racketeering with houses next to Trinity College since they were kids. Also were tied to it, and intercities with various natures of police department. A whole bunch of Wethersfield police retired and standing, and a former judge, Smith, I had to write a complaint about. That's why I met Eric Jensen. Through my neighbor, but shortly before they put him in a class with me. Also a class associated, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with racketeering that involves the extended family members. I never had him in that class, but some kid they had called Bayrock. Now, see, these are programs with kids, and these are people with former director of the FBI, his co-defendants that are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated racketeering with them, and a whole bunch of people tied to them. So this person's online keeps repeating, "Oh, everyone's laughing at you," because these are people. If I called the phone, they recorded themselves crimes with state police. Also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with this Jensen family with racketeering with the other agencies and with the courts, judges retired and standing, and with the principal sex offenders campus. Further with the on and off campuses police. There are two Mendez police brothers. There's the older one, pretended I had a conversation with him ever. He also did this as an officer with his brother, inter-branch racketeering in and out of the New Britain Superior Court, in and out of the Wethersfield Police Department. They put the name of a police equipment, and they put me into quotes. Pretend I had a conversation with the older one. And with the younger one, too, they lied about, I never had a conversation with him. I explained the real brief moments I had interaction with him. Like once I shook his hand, because I don't even know him still. Eric Mendez, he's a victim, but he's a victim predator. See, but they want to be called predator. They want to pretend things are personal, passions and emotions. They also have recorded, confessed, and demonstrated that one of the motivations for roles with women inter-branch with child sex offenders is because they're with sick men, fake men. They use these people lying, pretending to meet at fake locations through time. Then they make people value roles with lie progressions, blame the other things others themselves. Those are criminally foreign influence lie progressions. They make everyone's self-value database racketeering roles. So then when they go back for the investigations, like tied to the victims in the Trade Center attack, tied to the Keene Foundation, they're keeping victims. They're also using positive treatments. They're keeping everyone's sensibilities, the sense and sensibilities. These are people with, preventing people of free speech, stealing people's identities. With the extended family members and the ties to the house in my area, also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with them involved with racketeering with forensics locations and with the transition from Alca to Rico. And see, they're ducking behind how they have all these other nations and foreign and domestic military criminally involved with them, and with doctors' families, and with sexual circles. And those sexual circles are maintained manifest because of how they're having these people play, like lie progressions, undercover, training of that used right to lie, I used as a truth, I used as a lie. They don't have the right to lie whatever they want, especially increasingly more and more building on the lies they already stacked with database racketeering, identity the ground racketeering in this method that originally and still had everyone rolls with that. Even homeschool people are recorded involved with it because this is from before the ground, the value of the ground to education, and then on and off campuses in layers, keeping lie progressions from our stewards as keeping standing lie progression cover up natures, uses of identity ground locations, like on and off the campuses where they could rub that off and pretend ahead of time too, so they can pretend to perceive things about the past when they go to check things and vet what everyone with this person says that what's true, you know. So they're also, you know, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with forging names and switching names with officers and with military police, intercities, and with overt criminal enterprises, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved further than has been proven, but as one's already involved with proven. And as people recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with houses around and with the nature of communications between people in suburban areas, and with its roles with the witness protection program, directly and indirectly, in its stewards, not just the former director of the FBI. There's an Ian up the street, also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated by people online and others in real life, involved with them with all kinds of police forms, FBI, CIA, state police, and there's an officer, Poison, with the state police, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated racketeering with a principal sex offender, and with online police, inter-branch, uses of their Facebook page for crimes at the principal sex offender's campus, also with a Joshua Julian. I also don't know at all. I only know of him, tied to the people, tied to this Eric Jensen, involved with the houses in my area, further involved. Everyone speaking through other than confessions, recorded, demonstrated, confirmed online, and I can get you affidavits from the other people. But their confessions roles with untimely deaths that brought up, and other natures of things that brought up their roles with the racketeering with little kids' campuses. Now these are also people recorded, confessed, and demonstrated racketeering acts roles in identity thefts, database racketeering, all mail crime, wire crime, drug crime roles with the mail too, UPS, and with resource officers of the school through time. Eric Jensen recorded, confessed, and demonstrated that with others that mobile gas stations on the South Steen Highway are also involved with them, with their confessions, demonstrations, and recorded roles with the racketeering with the judges retired and standing. These are also people on and off the state judicial branch offices with the Fienza family, and as a whole bunch of people who made confessions about families on a 2-route highway where it runs into Hangdog Lane and Berlin Turnpike, involved with identity thefts, frauds, natures of racketeering juxtaposed, uses of people's sensibilities, a number of ways, a number of natures of real estate crimes that inter-branch individually grouped and together are involved with. See, the judicial branch has this racketeering method where they're forcing people to react to things like child abuses, and so they could lie about our behavior. Now they have behavior, even they have everyone sick recorded manifest to Congress when they speak. They're talking about behavior, but instead of talking about sequence truth, instead of talking about actual finite truths, actual active, progressive, and identity truths, because they can't handle science truth, which is correlation. This is the Trinity's course, the way of things, boxing. So they're pretending. Say they're honest. They're really laughing when someone's trying to report actual crime acts. See, like this officer Poison, he's recorded online as roles with preventing me from having anyone to communicate with. This court is also with a whole bunch. They're also recorded and confessed by a whole bunch of people with East Hartford involved with this. These are people with the presidents forced to have knaves work for them. Now, these are people with Pentagon, Washington, D.C., crimes in cases, crime rolls in cases, with people's sensibilities, with the treatments of the media, as the ones further involved with the World Trade Center racketeering, leading up to it and in the context, and since with the investigators. These are also people, again, on and off the state judicial branch offices, on and off the state prison offices, involved with database racketeering, identity thefts, uses of a whole bunch of houses in my area. I never had one conversation with my life. Never even was in their presence. That's why these people are trying to establish facts to hide how they already established them criminally. So they're trying to pretend, oh, people yelling at, making fun of you, people laughing at you online. This Eric J. See, we have the inter-branch Facebook pages of New Britain Superior Court that are forced involved then and further with child sex offender crime acts. No, so they know they're going to get an angry reaction. I mean, rightfully, even if it's not angry, because they're going to get that one aggressive reaction. And so first I get it calm, because I knew they wanted to make my aggressive reaction lied about. I told you I noted this too. You don't know, see, everyone's missing it because you guys have had people lying to you your entire lives. They have this theater of criminal and serious nature as the value of states and areas science treatments. Journalism is not really a science. It's criminally foreign influenced. It is not using scientific process. They are using words/values like research through criminal foreign influences. They even have that inter-sciences like English with their narratives on what's scholarly evidence reception, proper research, proper treatments of, ways to determine what is really real. Always, not to not accept it. That's what evolution is. More and more real. See, more and more real as negative value nature. That can't defend itself and afford mandated law followed. So they have people that I barely know, and not at all, that have been recorded, confessed, and demonstrated. Spreading lies and roles with wire crimes and mail crimes, confessions, and with these inter-branch individually grouped together because they have a former mayor Gold. They have other people involved, mayors with Washington D.C. with this inter-military recorded delusions wrought with psychology, all kinds of evidence racketeering, roles, natures, needs. Now they have a whole bunch of people with sound view also tied to this Mazzucato place with the beach. Someone's that's probably why I just mentioned that because they have sensitivities there because that's where they recorded themselves involved with that tied to this Dylan guy and the people on and off Two Rod Highway where it runs into the Brunswick Pike and into Hangdog Lane. These are also people recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with racketeering with military families, with KKK themed and Confederate flag themed. As the people further involved with that, undercover with overt criminal enterprises, private ones, and undercover in collusion with racketeering acts with mail and stuff like that, but not by accident. And then with shared policing, they're also reported, confessed, and demonstrated interstates and worse crimes roles with people associated with DACA and with Vermont, and with insidious little illusions they put with and lies they talk to trick me into going to a skiing thing, a skiing trip, and that was involved with them with Middlesex Community College, which also reportedly has and confessed and demonstrated has roles with racketeering, with Justice Department racketeering, with the training of criminal justice departments, people who policing of prisons and stuff like that, investigate their roles with databases. Now, see, so we have state police, and these are people also involved with the witness protection program stewards, ties to the areas and ties to CCSU. and as the ones involved with the Trinity College, Middlesex Community College, UConn racketeering acts. Oh, I didn't even go to UConn. I didn't go to Wesleyan. They're involved with all kinds of racketeering on the water there, and with the extended family members of the person they're friends with, and went to my grave. That has been stealing my identities with them. And so these are people that prevent anyone from getting a response in writing while they're forging names, switching names. Whole bunch of medical families. They already have the whole families with the judges' families invested, with the prosecutors' families and kids. They have the prosecutors' kids involved with the principal sex offenders campus and the Wethersfield police chief's daughter in campus. Then you have this guy still online, right through this person with the Eric J. Implied, demonstrated, he's recorded, involved with Eric Jensen and his father, involved, recorded, confessed, demonstrated, involved with racketeering with a whole bunch of other people with a DOT location on the Burlington Turnpike, and as people involved with the Department of Transportation, the policing of it, on and off that, with the racketeering, with various natures of relationships to the departments at CCSU, also maintain criminally foreign influence, victim predators, confessions, everything. This is all recorded. No one's going to deny it unless you ask them the right way. So they're needing to prevent mandated law now. Now, see, High Crest School further recorded, confessed, and demonstrated they communicated. They are scared, because they had the principal involved with them then and now, with the principals. I mean, the Wethersfield police chief had his daughter and his foreign and domestic extended family member, and roles with a past police chief with a house in my area involved with this Eric Jensen, and with a whole bunch of other people tied to them, like the Kerr family, also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated by Officer Jerry Miller, involved with them with wire crimes. And with crimes within the Britain Superior Court's Facebook page, with child sex offenders, and with prosecutors with their kids involved with the same school note. So, I mean, I don't know what someone's laughing about. What is the joke? What is the joke? You see what I'm saying? You have YouTube. You guys are being used the same way that Facebook was used for election crimes with the racketeering, because these are people with WFSB racketeering acts. They attach me to fake ties to a doctor as a kid. They attach me and little kids in my family to fake words, fake ties to other people, fake locations, fake natures of ties to people we barely know. So now they pretend that they don't have time for things and they're just being knaves naturally, while it is recorded also. That's why they're offensively trying to establish truths that they know are not true. So that's why they can't put anything in writing since I was a kid. The same exact people involved racketeering acts, increasingly each place I go, but not directly. That's why they're forging names, switching names. That's why they made all those confessions from strangers, forging names, switching names, identity racketeering, uses of database crime, untimely deaths with the same ones tied to my new and past neighbors on Trinity College. On and off that brought up the other people involved with the tied untimely death. Some foreign and domestic nurses cliques, and people associated with DACA a whole bunch of ways. Now, these are also people recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with the Dakotas in Rocky Hill, and shared policing of stores. And as people involved with Eric Jensen, also recorded, demonstrated West Farmers Mall involved with this. So the thing is to stop lying about the passions and emotions of others, because we have logic racketeering right there discerned. Passions and emotions have, of course, other. And we also have recorded that and how we have stewards of the evaluation of what is real, that our delusions wrought distinctly individual victim predator branches of government. They came through sick campuses since before they were born. Their teachers came through criminally foreign influenced sciences as victims, but as victim predators, blaming on other things other than themselves. Now they painted themselves into corners. Not me. Not me. I've been asking in a straight line since I was a kid, every year of my life, for a counter to any, for who denies anything I say. Put it on paper now, and you're caught. Because you're caught, motherfucker. Excuse my language.